What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 66 of Park to Prem here with Town or Town. And today we start on the profile of Andre Dazel, a player who, well, we've been missing for a few months, but he's back. First month back, gets Player of the Month in the league. He has been top drawer, everyone. Of course, injured back at the start of December with a dislocated shoulder, was out for 2 months in the month of February. He just did his thing. In fact, let's have a look at his little stats here that you can see. 5 appearances, 2 goals, and 8.1 average rating. That is quite far ahead of the other players trailing in his wake. Yes, he's been very, very good for us. And that form of his has kind of bled into the rest of the team, I suppose. Of course, last time you were here, we took on Northampton. That was disappointing. We've had a very, very hectic month of February, and well, we start March, of course, with the FA Cup 5th round today, a game where we will probably be spanked, but we're gonna give it our best go. And well, you can see here a bit of a mixed bag all in all. I guess the first thing to acknowledge is the EFL Trophy, the competition I say I don't care about, because we've made it to the final of the competition, which is all very awkward. Had I realised we were so close to the final, I may have bigged it up a little bit more. Of course, last episode, we left things having beaten Mansfield in the 3rd round. And then we, as you can see here, we beat Newcastle United in the EFL Trophy North Round quarterfinals on penalties. We then beat Liverpool 2-1, which was a really, really good result, actually. I'll show you the goals for this one. But the thing that threw me off is the fact that the game against Liverpool that you're seeing here was labelled as the Northern semi-final. I swear that this competition used to be formatted where there was a Northern final and a Southern final and the two teams played against one another. So we beat Liverpool 2-1. I'm sat there thinking, great, we're 1 game away from Wembley. We just need to win the Northern final. And then the news inbox item comes through saying, nope, you're in the EFL Trophy final straight away. And well, in that final, as you can see here, we're going to be taking on Colchester, a team who currently sit 16th in our league. So next episode, a cup final to look forward to, everyone. I mean, get excited. As I said at the start of the year, don't really care about the EFL Trophy. I've played a rotated team in a lot of these games, but somehow we find ourselves in the final. And it's one of those competitions which, when you reach the final, suddenly becomes the be-all or end-all and is the biggest trophy of the year. So look forward to that. Anyway, besides that result against Liverpool and, of course, the Newcastle result, you can see we've also played 6 games in the league. And, well, it didn't start off too hot. Taking on a Sheffield Wednesday team who you may remember us beating a few episodes ago now. We lost 3-0 against them. They absolutely embarrassed us. Taylor Richards grabbed 2, Jay Patching with 1 as well. Sheffield Wednesday, a team who are very much in form. They have leapfrogged us over the last month in the league. I believe they're now in 3rd place whilst we sit in 4th. And they showed their superior class against us in this game here. It was all a little embarrassing. Anyway, we then followed it up with 3 league games against teams lurking right down at the bottom of the table. Exeter are, I think, rock bottom, Burton are second from bottom, and Coventry somewhere in mid-table. In the end, we won all of these games relatively handsomely. You can see the goal scorers here. DKM got a couple in the game against Exeter, against Coventry. Andre Dazel was the man of the match. And then against Burton, 2 early goals via Dimitri C. and Embleton saw us on our merry way. And well, Embleton, he's been getting a little relationship going with Hugo at centre-back. They've got an understanding now, these 2 guys. I am looking at Embleton as well as potentially a signing to make. His contract at Barnsley ends at the same time his loan ends, and, well, they've not renewed his contract. Currently, they're asking for about £250,000. That's a little bit too high for my liking. I would love to know in the comments how much you would give for Paul here. Of course, he's been on loan at the club for the last 2 years. In truth, I don't see him as a long-time first-team option and a long-term first-team option, but certainly as a player who is, you know, familiar with the club. We know what to expect from him. I do feel like he could be a good little squad depth signing come the end of the year if we do get a good price for him. Anyway, we then took on Crawley Town and won 2-1 in the league. This followed the Newcastle game in the midweek. I was looking through the league. There's some teams in the division which have only played 4 games in the month of February, but with our cup competition and some games to play, we were busy, and in this game against Crawley, a good little win. Kosic with both goals. Okoro got them a late goal, but it was merely a consolation. We held on in the end. And yeah, great to see Vinko Kosic, who made his debut for the team last episode, kind of bigged him up a little bit. We've given him chances out on the right. And in this game particularly, he really, really did impress. You can see here, continuing to improve. He's played a decent chunk of football in terms of games for us. Only 2 goals in the league. We'll hope for a little bit more. Maybe he can make some fireworks happen against Norwich City, but still very good for the 18-year-old to be settling into the team. And, well, most recently we took on Leyton Orient, 0-0, ball draw. There's nothing else to say on it. Let's have a look at the league table, shall we? You can see right now we currently sit in 3rd place, so I have told a lie. We've leapfrogged Sheffield United back, or Sheffield Wednesday back. That's an awkward slip of the tongue. Please don't hate me, Sheffield Wednesday fans. Yeah, you can see here, they've been ahead of us for a little while. I think because of us having games in hand, that's seen us come back. But you can see how poor Sheffield Wednesday were to start. And they beat us 3-0 somewhere around here. And there's been a bit of a change in fortunes. But it's interesting now. Finally, all the teams have played the same number of league games there or thereabouts. And, well, right now we're 10 points in a playoff spot. So we're 10 points behind Northampton. That feels a little far away to kind of chase down. But with 11 games left of the season, we'll give it our best shot. Northampton, since they beat us, you can see they've won all 4 of their league games. So it's not really been possible to close the gap on them much. But we'll hope that in our remaining league games we can do well, but the reality is setting in now that playoffs is probably going to be what we're competing in. With that in mind, it may be a case of next episode we do the EFL Trophy final, and then the episode after that we just come in for the playoffs. We'll have to wait and see. A lot can change in a month, and of course, we could still be in the FA Cup, although that maybe feels a tad ambitious. So speaking of the FA Cup, we take on Norwich City today, just to look at the form here. We've got better form. They've only won 1 of their last 5. They are a Premier League team, though, so their calibre of opposition is going to be quite different. Worth noting, 11,800 tickets sold out of the whole capacity of the stadium. We have our first ever sellout, and this will be a record attendance. And for that game, this is what we're going to go with. Now, unfortunately for us, Needham is out injured. DKM has had a little injury and isn't fully fit ready for today's game. Michael Jacobs is also out injured, so we've had to rotate things around a little bit in the wide areas. We're going with Smolyo, of course, in goal. I have wanted to renew his loan with Watford, but you can see here, they want him to play with higher quality players. That feels like a bit of an insult, so yeah, maybe savour Smolyo for the last time in the next couple of episodes, because he may not return on loan. Of course, my aim is to sign him back. Right back, though, we've got Grant, very, very good player, has settled into the team well. And actually, one thing that's certainly worth noting is just how good the average ratings are across the board. We've seen some really, really good improvement as of late. Of course, Hugo today, record transfer, £300,000, making his live com debut, back from injury. He's had a very good start to his time at the club, so hopefully he can keep that going today alongside Embleton. Norris at left back. In the centre of the midfield, we go with Coyle alongside Dazelle, who is finally back. And then in the attacking midfielder positions and the striking positions, we shuffle things around a little bit. DKM is injured, so as a result, Shuttleworth is going to play out on the left-hand side as an inverted winger. It's a role that he's relatively well suited to play, so I've not got too many concerns there. We've then got Benny playing as the centre attack in mid with Jacobs out. Out on the right, we're going to give Kosic another nod, another chance to show us what he's made of. He's looked very, very good so far. And up top, a bit of a dilemma in the striking position, to be honest. We have, obviously, Dimitri C, Mampala and Stewart. And you can just see, looking at their last 5 games, they've all been absolutely awful. So for this game, we're going to go with the better of the players, which is Dimitri C. He's got the better roundedness. He's a very good player, extremely good physicals. Hopefully he's going to show us what he's all about today, but this is not going to be easy. I want you all to put on your reality hats. Reality. What I mean is put on your realistic cap. You know, realise this is a sellout. We're going to enjoy it for what it is. The fact we've reached the FA Cup 5th round is huge, even if we've not played a team in a league above us yet. Let's just see what we can do. You know, we're taking on a team who are mid-table in the Premier League, but in this save game have won a Europa League, which is really impressive. That does mean they played a year of Champions League football a few years ago. I did have a look at it. Norwich have had a bit of an adventure in the Towler Town universe, and well, we've had a bit of an adventure too, and we need to, well, hopefully have another stop on this adventure as Hugo gets it out. No nonsense. You love to see it, but what you don't love to see is a highlight within the first 2 minutes on your goal, and well, another highlight to start immediately afterwards. Wilson wide hits the woodwork. I'm going to claim Smolyo had it covered, although I don't think he did. A little bit of a nervy start to the game. Considering we're a team that rely on controlling possession, to only have 30% of it is a little concerning. Hugo's picked up a booking as well. I mean, it would be pretty typical if he got sent off on his debut, wouldn't it? And when I say debut, I mean live com debut, as Chong gets a back post header. I swear he's not very good at heading. Maybe I'm completely wrong here. 11 jumping reach, 7 heading, and he does that against us. I know the James Norris, what's the opposite of a fan club? depreciation society. No, depreciate isn't the right word. The people who don't like James Norris at left back are going to look at this. They're going to go, look, he's cost you again. Look, I said last episode we're going to look to replace him. He might not be up to snuff, but he's our boy. And, he has let us down a little bit there, hasn't he? But we'll look to bounce back, and well, it's Kosic, back to Coyle, now with Nkololo, who is capable of magical things, is Benny at centre attacking mid. Do not underestimate him. Nice build-up play, at least we're having some of the ball here. This is really nice. Can we discuss this passing sequence? A goal at the end of it, and I'd cry. Unfortunately, we give the ball away, and now they're going to go route one down the line. Hugo reads it, the Portuguese titan. Club record transfer as well. We have to label him. It's a bit like Moise Keane at Leon Live, for those of you who watched that series where he was our record transfer. So we got the title record transfer Moise Keane. Anyway, effort on goal. Smoljo tips it wide, has bailed us out a little bit there. They're having a lot of shots and a lot of chances, aren't they? Wilson whips it in, headed away. Part of me's like, maybe I should try and hit them on the counter, but I feel like in doing that, we're only going to be inviting pressure on ourselves. You know what, I'm gonna go for it. We're going to go to cautious. I'm not going to change anything else. I just want us to sit back a little bit more and bide our time. Let's not overcommit players forward, trying to play on the front foot and attacking. Anyway, Hugo back to Smoljo. Again, talked about it last episode. I don't like this passing around the back. Not that it's anything bad in real life. I just feel like when it's shown in a highlight in Football Manager, it's usually an absolute howler by the defenders. Anyway, Wilson bring the ball forward here. We're all backing off him, and then it was just murdered him. It's bloody Grant. We've signed him from Sheffield United, and he's done that. And now we need Smoljo to the rescue, to keep it respectable, to keep us in the tie. Can he? No, he can't. He can't. Wilson's put it into the bottom corner. It's 2-0 Norwich. Right, go back on attacking, everyone. We might as well just go all guns blazing. Team instructions. You know what? Playing out defence is lovely as a thought, but let's just boot it forward, shall we? Play for set pieces as well. Counter press and counter. Let's not distribute it at the back. Let's boot it forward. It's the lower league way. It's the way we need to do things here. It's disappointing. Our record attendance for this game, and then we're not giving them much of a reason to come back and watch the next league game now, are we? Although Shuttleworth. Let's give them a goal, everyone. One goal. That's the aim now. Lewis with the ball. Plays it across to Fine. Or is that Fane? We may never know. Now with Chong. And he's got that player on the overlap. Goodwin. There he is. We're chasing him back to try and mark him. Bless Shuttleworth. Not the fastest of players. Shepherd's Chong inside. And while Smoljo holds on to it. Don't let go of it, my friend. Clutch onto it. Give it a hug. Give it a name, that ball. Raise it as your own. And don't let it hit the back of our net. It's 2-0 at half-time, barring a late goal. And, well, how should I feel about this? We're taking on a Premier League team in the FA Cup 5th round. Really, this is just a big payday for us. You know, we've got the BBC or ITV cameras in the stands. I'm sat wondering, do I have an alternate tactic that we should just switch to? Maybe. Would this be mad? Would it be mad to stick on another striker? I don't think it would be. Right, Leighton, get on the pitch, my friend. We're going back to our old 4-4-2 or 4-2-4, depending on how you want to look at it. This is the lower league's tactic, the tier 10 to tier 6 tactic. I think it ended up being. Let's get a second striker on. Let's get that second goal if we can, and let's try not to concede. It's Gabriel Jesus, marauders down this side. Don't foul him. Smoljo holds on to it. We're going to enjoy the days that we can see of Smoljo left in a maroon shirt, because there's not going to be many more of these days, everyone. Savour them. Get your Polaroid camera out, take a picture, stick it on your fridge behind a magnet. The worst thing is someone is probably now going to tweet me a picture of like this screenshot here, printed out and put on their fridge. If no one does it now, you've all disappointed me. One person, be that guy. I want to see Smoljo on people's fridges across the world. Is that a thing, putting pictures of footballers on your fridge? Don't think so. Anyway, Grant bringing it forward. Keep it in play, please, Granty boy. Coyle, Dazelle, lumps it to Kosic. We love that. See, finish that. Oh, my word. I mean, that's a nut save. We forced an insane save out of their keeper at the very least. Andre Dazelle, player of the month, Andre Dazelle, to whip it in. It bounces in the box. That's inexcusable by both teams, really. We've got to have someone following up there. I mean, it's only 2-0 with 20 minutes left and we're on the attack. Norris, come on. Show the haters they're wrong. He's giving it straight to them. It's a disaster. Wilson now with the space that Norris has left in behind to run into. Coyle, don't foul. Don't get sent off, my friend. Don't do anything silly. Ball whipped in. Breathe. Breathe, everyone. We're still in it. We're still in it, he says. At 2-0. Let's get a bit shouty as well. We could make some more subs. Kosic is very frustrated. Bless him. Get him off the pitch. Let's bring in Purdue. And you know what? Bring in DKM for Benny. Get some fresh players in the wide area. And let's just lump it over the top in the wide areas and let them run onto it. Smolio at the back. Nothing silly, please. That will do me. I mean, 2-0 wouldn't be bad, would it? 2-0 would be almost respectable, I feel like. 3-0 and it starts to look like a bit more of a humiliation. But really, we want a goal. 3-1 is infinitely better than 2-0, in my opinion. They've got Mbabu. Who haven't they got in this team? I can see why they've established themselves as a Premier League team in this universe. Smolio has let us down there. It's free. Right, now we really need to get that goal, everyone. Also, did anyone... Sorry, I don't want to distract anyone here. I'm hoping it's going to be shown in the camera angle here. There is a player... He's sat floating in midair. Keep your eye up there. What is he sat on? Can we not afford stools? Is he lounging again? Is that a player warming up? I don't know. Who is that? Is that... Surely that manager's outside his technical area. That's all I've got to send him out. I think it's one of the players on the Liverpool bench who is glitched... on our bench who is glitched out and is just sat on the hoardings. He's actually... I want to name and shame whoever it was. Andre, get it in there. Purdue, Coyle, DKM, have a go. Puts it wide to Coyle, who I thought was going to be offside for a second. He's not. Hugo, look how big Hugo is. He's got a bold patch and he's 23. He's just like a giant man. Embleton, we've scored a goal, everyone. 3-1 is better than 2-0. We'll take it. Dazelle with the assist. Embleton gets the ball like the comeback could happen with 5 minutes left. I mean, let's just demand more, shall we? Let's just get a bit shouty. It's 3-1 here. We've scored in the FA Cup. We've given the fans something to remember the game by. The player has left now. We'll never know who it was. Grant, what a throw-in that is to Purdue. Gets tackled but falls to sea. Go on. Get another. Make it interesting. Please, Dimitri. Please, Dimitri. He's... Foul? Penalty? It's not a penalty. I'm desperately appealing for something. Grant. Coyle. What can we do here? Lose the ball is the answer. They get it out into touch. That's probably going to be all she wrote. Although 30 seconds left... Could we have another? No is the answer. Liam, what can you do? Back to the back post. Sees there. Purdue hits the crossbar. I mean, it could have been 3-2. At least then in the history books, it would have looked close. But in truth, we've never really been in this game, have we? 3-1 is respectable. Against Premier League opposition, I'm okay with that. They've played a strong team as well. They've got players like Jack Clark on the left and Babu, Gabriel Jesus, Jamal Lewis playing for them. I mean, their team is very good, isn't it? They've got, like, Mason Holgate. That is... I mean, it's a good team, whatever way you look at it. It finishes 3-1. You know what? We had almost 12,000 fans turn up for one of our games. That gives me hope that we can establish a fan base in the future. We receive £7,450 for that game. It's right at the start of the month, so we should have a good indication by the profit for the month of how much money we've made. So income for this month. We made £250,000 in gate receipts. I mean, that's pretty good. We reached the 5th round. If we continue once more, we should get all the record-breaking little inbox items, which I'm pretty certain we've smashed a record attendance for the club. Yeah, you can see here. A new attendance. We've beaten our Sunderland record of only a few months ago. 10,800 fans turned up for the game, and we made £500,000 in gate receipts. I'm drooling. I'm not drooling, otherwise you'd be able to hear it. But that is very good money. I am very, very happy about that. Obviously, half of it goes to Norwich, which is why we have £250,000 in the bank. But that is crazy, crazy good. It's a shame we couldn't play them away from home, really, where we might have got a little bit more money. But whatever way you look at it, very good money. And I'm very, very happy about it. And hopefully, that's going to put us in good stead going into the future. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to wrap up everything from me today. Of course, as I said, next time we've got another cup final. We're going to Wembley. It's the EFL Trophy. We're taking on Colchester. Get your scarves out. See you on the match day. And that, of course, will be coming your way tomorrow. It is me, Jack, and I'll see you then. I'm out.